Hi guys, my name is Brian with Newtown Construction. I'm going to show you how to install a door closure today. Alright guys, so step one is to try and reutilize your same holes. If not, then you just have to relocate it. And at that point, you would use these self-tapping screws to re-drill new holes into the door once you reposition it. Pro tip, when you do reposition your new closure, you want to make sure to leave enough room between the top of the frame and your closure to fit your new arm. Okay, so this is going to be your actual door closure arm. This is the piece I was talking about. I'll actually show you guys here in just a few moments what I mean by make sure there's enough room up here. Let's go ahead and get this mounted. Tilted, level.
And he's utilizing his torpedo level to make sure that the actual door closure is leveled. Because you want to make sure it's leveled, because if not, you're going to have a door closure that's all crooked. So make sure you level that out, guys.
That just happened to be too ironic.
Okay, so as you can see, he literally just screwed that in very slowly, well, very fast, and it's not, because if you have to go through the actual metal, it's going to take a little bit of time with those self-drilling screws. And so you'll see right now what I'm talking about. Look how hard it is for when he has to screw in a new screw. You see how it wasn't just, oh, you know, quick little screw in? No, it's gonna put some, you're gonna have to put some strength, and it's gonna take a little bit of time for it to go through. But it can definitely be done.
Next one, there's a screw here at the top. This screw itself is actually an adjustment screw. If you loosen this guy here, it will allow you to actually adjust it to the size, the proper length that you need. Okay, so now that it's mounted, and now that we've made sure that the actual closure is level, the next thing would be to make sure that your arm itself is assembled properly. And what I mean by that is when you first pull it out of the box, on this end here there's an adapter. So normally this piece comes pre-installed. This adapter is interchangeable, so you can put the proper one on that you need. And next, we're going to go ahead and get this mounted onto the actual closure. When you do mount your arm on this bottom piece, there's actually I like to call it an S shape here. When you want to make sure that this S shape is on like this, and your arm is as parallel to the door as possible. In this case, my door swings from the left to the right, essentially letting me know that on the inside of the door, I want to install it on my right side. If it were to swing from the left this way, then you would want to install it on your left side. Okay, so next we're going to go ahead and get this top bracket mounted. Pro tip, before you do start on this guy, you will always want to make sure that your door is always in the closed position when you do install your arm. And this will ensure that you always get it into the closed position, will allow it to open and come back to the closed position, essentially, because that's where it was installed. You want to actually, it's okay to pull on this a little bit so that you can actually adjust your arm and get it to the proper position that you need it to be in order to be able to install and put your screws into your bracket. Alright guys, once you have this bracket mounted, you can go ahead and pull your arm into position. You just want to slip this on, just like so. You take your screw and washer, put them together here, and screw it in. I like to use my Impex a little bit faster. Okay guys, so Final step, there is a screw up here. Essentially, what this screw does is it keeps your arm from lifting off your closure. You want to always make sure, as a final step, make sure that this screw is put in. Also, make sure that this screw here is tightened, because this one will allow your arm to actually extend or come back in, depending on how on the length that you need it for your door to fully open all the way.
All right, guys. So the final thing is installing this commercial door closure cover. It's going to help keep dust out of the actual closure itself, and it's going to keep it from just bad weather itself. So if you leave the door open, that way it protects the actual door closure itself. So installing it now, and just kind of wrapping up 2 final screws on the side, and that way you have your full entire commercial door closure installed at this point.